That could just be Lilo and Stitch, I'll be honest. And like, you know, the water looks nice. They lit it well. Oh, good God, we're here already. At the very bare minimum of 10 years later, and Disney is already remaking one of their recent movies, hot off the press of a sequel that also just released. And I mean, this is just awful, right? The Disney Live Action Remake has been around since Moana came out, and I think with it comes diminishing intrigue and motivation. When DreamWorks does a brand new live action remake, it's refreshing to see how they could take a spin on the formula, but Disney very much baked in that formula, and they have not succeeded in such a long time. And it doesn't look like they're succeeding here either, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, look at it. Damn, there are shots of The Rock. It's never at his face. You got a direct above shot when they go into the hole. And then very wide and at the back. That's just like, he just looks like a classic preview poster. I'm also so used to Maui being, you know, a crazy cartoon character. I feel like it's a little lackluster from this tiny, minuscule shot you've given me to analyze. That it's just a normal buff dude? Why is he not, like, full wide in the shoulders, man? I'm saying The Rock's not fit enough. Although he has apparently already lost it all, so good for him. This is just green screen the movie. It really is a Marvel movie of a Moana. It's still not even really live action. There's so much animation in this that they've just remade it again in photorealism. Now, that's not to say that the visuals are bad. I think they're really, really good, because they're reflective of the real world. When they do water physics, when the camera's in the water physics are very good because the camera's in the water. And the CGI elements do look good, mostly. Most of this looks stunning on the eyes with great saturation and visuals you want to see. But there's also no real flair in any of this, right? It's so obvious that Disney saw just how successful How to Train Your Dragon was doing with a straight, safe, one-to-one repeat, and this is just so shamelessly running it back. Of course, every time Disney does do an original and makes their own ending up, it's some of the worst writing they've made in recent years. So I guess that makes sense, but it's just so emblematic of how far Disney have fallen. There is no winning for them, because when they try to write something new, it's awful. So when they try not to, they're lazy. But they are, man! Oh, God. Oh, Moana is a baby in this. Oh, it's the baby scene. Okay, that makes sense. I mean, this... I don't feel like I can really say anything about this, because this is just the exact same shot we had the first time. Just now it's photorealistic, because it's realistic. Well, I guess the water is still CG, and the water is good CG. I kind of feel like, would I prefer a photorealistic animation? Because, like, that's still just CGI. All of this is CGI except for the green screen photography. We're really going just full circle on remakes now. When you remake a 3D movie with fantastical elements, it just looks, yeah, good. Man. Of all franchises to relive into 3D live action against everything else that already hasn't been touched, to take the movie that's barely 10 years old is so shameful and so boring. I've got nothing to say about this, mostly. Like, here, I'll give you an example of what I had to say. Wow, the boats look great. The whale under there, it looks lovely. Visually, it will work. I really, like, how successful are live-action remakes still? I would assume this does really well. It is one of the most successful Disney animated movies, especially on Disney+. And if it doesn't change anything, it's a simple crowd pleaser like How to Train Your Dragon was. But after such a backlash from Snow White and such a backlash from Lilo and Stitch, this feels less like a victory by taking the easy route and more like a bittersweet, God, they really couldn't get any of it right up until now, until someone else showed them how to do it. I don't know, man. I'm sick of these. I'm sick of Disney remakes. And I would assume everyone else is, because of all the backlash this year. 2 remakes came out this year, and then there's a trailer for a 3rd? Oh, I'm exhausted. And generally, that's kind of the vibe of this whole damn thing. I can come into these sometimes with real intrigue and optimism that Disney can do a good job, but I know exactly for one how this is going to run, since it is so one-to-one. Some of these shots I have seen exactly before in the animated movie. There is no sense of originality here, just running it back again. You've shoved in The Rock because some celebrity has to be in there and he wants his damn paycheck. Releasing it on his account because of course he has to, but he's not even really appearing in it because of course he doesn't. But then also, after such a bird of recent history with Disney live action remakes, I've not got any drive to see this, man. Lilo and Stitch really ruined it, if Snow White hadn't already. The last good remake was Cruella, and that's because it was actually original. Oh, God. Okay, well, I was saying the CG was right, but he's freaking flying. And I mean, he does fly, but I mean, the physics don't follow him. What was that? Why did they put him on a wire and fling him like that? Why? Come on, man. I just said that, you know, the CGI looks good and photorealistic, and it's Disney who could do way more. And you're showing me they can't show a man dive off of a cliff with accurate, like make him glow when he starts lifting or something. He just gets propelled. That's terrible. Come on, dude. I could animate that. That's just a flash and then cuts to a bird. Anyone could do that. That's awful. And even then, with all of this animation going on and CGI that's meant to be top of the line, you know, the company that has the most money in this industry and that practically owns Marvel, and they've got some crappy Marvel CGI in there still. Why on earth does The Rock get propelled when he tries to jump off a cliff? I don't get it, man. And don't even get me started on the damn chicken. Oh my God, that is the ugliest chicken I've ever seen. Why can't they just use a normal chicken? That is disgusting. That dude's not cute anymore. They made a Disney live action remakes. Can you not make something gross and scrotumy, please? What's the line on making a cartoon character and something photorealistic? You've neutered down Maui into The Rock, and you turned a chicken into the God. It's also the exact same damn sound effect. I mean, it's Alan Tudyk doing his good job, but I'm bloody sick of it. What is that? What? Who? It's the only... It's not even original, I guess. It's the only thing they've done to pull away from the live-action remake part and go more in animation. And it's a terrible decision again. I am trying so hard not to swear throughout this video as much as I want to, because this is just dire. It's so dire. And it probably doesn't help that I'm wearing a thick winter coat because I'm having to watch this in the middle of November when it's freezing outside. Why am I watching a summer movie in this time period? I know this is meant to be like the exact sweet spot in the year where there's like gonna be 7 trailers coming out. So I'm very much prepared to do multiple uploads this week and last week just to keep up with everything being announced. But such a summery movie like this, at a time like this, with the people like this, and visuals like this, God, it's just so endgame, man. Yep, running with the beats. It's funny, obviously, because it is another story based in the same kind of thematics as Lilo and Stitch, mainly being, you know, an island, Hawaii, coastal. And also, that was the most recent remake. I feel like I'm watching just an extended version of that. I hope it's got a different ending. It's hard to say criticisms on the actual what we are seeing, right? The visuals look nice because they're photorealistic. The voice performance is good because they do have some successful casting. Although the direction, as per usual, absolute trash. Not only is it the whole compositing tiny little green screen humans into an otherwise photorealistic CG world, but even when we have the actual singing, and the part they're singing is the best bit in the movie, I hate the bloody faces they made her pull. When I imagine someone saying the belting line, "I am Moana," in that song, "I am Moana," I would kind of expect a little more expression out of it. This is very, like, Disney prim and properness. In animation, I get it. You know, you don't need an animated character going, you know, fine. But now I could see a human doing it. I'm realizing how little they're really, like, that's the best bar delivery in the movie. And it's just... That's not how... Oh, come on, man. as soulless and inexpressive as the rest of this whole damn movie's gonna be. Perfectly polished down, so there's no semblance of soul that the first movie might have had. I mean, did you see the quality of the sequel? They've already lost it. That's not to say the actress themselves is bad. I'm sure it's just the Disney direction. They've got a voice. It's accurate. And apparently the original actress of Moana was kicked off of being in the remake because she was too old. Classic stuff from a company that is 100 years old. They're stuck in their archaic ways, and girls aren't allowed to be anything less than perfect, even when they're belting the best part of the movie. Also, I've seen it now, so I don't need to watch this damn movie, do I? Do I have to watch this movie? Please don't make me watch this movie. Add on to the fact that casting controversy of not getting, you know, your core Moana because they're a little bit too old. And it's just stinks, man. This movie counts as a little bit older than 10 years since it misses the mark by just a few months, but it's also just so despairing to think of all the other Disney live action remakes that got bumped off the priority list because of this one. I know you've already got like the Hercules movie that's been going through its own developmental hell trying to be a TikTok movie or something. And though I'm definitely not really on board with other live action remakes for Disney, at least with them tackling the 2D stuff, we were seeing it again, you know? I'm gonna like the Coconut dudes better than the rest of this movie because it's actual CGI animated characters that are well garnished, you know? They're like, I like the little moss physics on their designs, getting dedicated shots. They're gonna be brilliant. They're gonna be lovely. And they're going to deal with stiff human actors and The Rock the whole time. We don't need a renaissance for 3D movies just yet. And if it is, do it to Chicken Little, because at least that guy kind of deserves it. You know, he needs something. It's a terrible movie. They don't need to do that. But like, there are so many brilliant 2D movies they could have run with instead. I would have loved A Brother Bear. A Princess and the Frog would have been lovely. Treasure Planet or Atlantis. Those are all such perfect classics, and though they would definitely ruin them, I mean, look how awful Lilo and Stitch turned out, you could at least think there's something of a soul there. You could bring back a fandom community by covering stories that were beloved and not touched for ages. Moana was touched this year, last year, recently, for the sequel. We don't need more of this, man. It's just so shallow. This is exactly the kind of movie you would expect someone to release when they are absolutely in no direction, with no regards, trying. There is nothing put into this film. They're just watching the last film, fresh as it is, and putting it together again. Now, there is at least an opportunity for something nice and good here, which is some nice Polynesian representation on screens. Lovely. In the same way that Lilo and Stitch did, but also they did still replace, like, the Ice Cream Man. So I'm sure they're gonna flub something along the way. Also, this was released on The Rock's channel. Where is he? That's the shot I'm waiting for, so I could just, like, point and laugh at how ridiculous this is gonna end up looking. Please tell me he appears in the preview video that's on his channel. I would prefer that. But otherwise, like, yeah, it looks nice. I've seen it before. Will it be successful? I really don't know. I think Lilo and Stitch is a giant burn more than Disney realizes, because I know a lot of people who really aren't a fan of Disney live actions after that. Lilo was kind of like the last stint of, can they re-bring the magic of your childhood again? And the answer is no. So definitively no. Whereas How to Train Your Dragon does, because not only is it a one-to-one and it plays it quite safe, which I could allow because it's their first ever time as a studio, but it also brings with it such genuine heart and performance, directorial choices, and brilliant acting performances. And from what I'm seeing with the Disney remake machine, that is not being shared here. I mean, they got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, so that kind of tells you all the rest of it that you need to know. It's also just not as much an emotional story. Unless the grandma's gonna put together an Oscar-winning performance, it doesn't have that emotional depth that you can really explore with human performances, the likes of which How to Train Your Dragon was able to dip into. Wow, like, yeah, no, the spirit world looks lovely. It's a lot of blues. I'm a little blued out after the last shot with Maui's hook, but you could tell that looks nice. We've come a long way since Star Wars holograms, I guess. Even then, though, from this angle, it doesn't look that different. But it's also still a thing. I'm looking at this. It's, again, 95% CGI anime. This is just another animated remake movie, just like Lion King and Mufasa. With all of this ocean, I doubt they're actually out on the ocean. I bet the boat's not even real. So why even bother, man? This is so recent, relatively. At least do Tangled and Frozen before you do the Moana remake. Like, at least go chronological order. I am so bloody sick of this movie, and I haven't even seen more than a minute. It's literally just 59 seconds. And already, I have so much fatigue for this. It's coming off of the back that Disney Plus is going to start integrating generative AI into their service, so maybe I generally just have an incredibly bad taste in my mouth in regards to all things Disney. Check out our video on that in case you hadn't heard about that news. It is dystopian. But otherwise, if I really want a live-action adaptation, I'll just go look at the Legend of Zelda leaks instead. For now, though, I'd best finally end it off there. We're double uploading tonight to get this one together with our last anti-AI video, but otherwise expect a chunk of that over the week. But for now, my name's been Daz. Thank you very much for reaching the end of this video. Do tell me your thoughts of Disney's Moana live-action remake. How are they even labeling this? Is it just Disney's Moana again? It's just called Moana. It's a branding issue as well. Okay, yeah, and like, that's nice. Of course it is. Apparently, when you do magic marvel-y effects, it looks better in photorealism than animation. It can do. I mean, it's less morphing the character model into something and more akin to, wow, look at these glowy Christmas lights. That's all we're gonna see of him, isn't it? But yeah, I guess that's nice. It lights up the environment well. The CGI is good. The story is gonna be good if they don't change the ending. But it's also so standard, so lazy from the company that's meant to be the core of creativity. This is a 2016 movie as well. Already, I feel like I can kind of see some green screen artifacting. But I mean, when 1% of your shot is the character, I can't exactly say it doesn't look nice. It's photorealistic, wow. It's on a mountain. 2026. I assume that means July, right? Good, because I mean, it's weird enough getting such a summery movie trailer in the middle of winter. I am freezing right now, and I have to watch someone else enjoying the sun. So because of this, I guess that's the bare minimum. 10 years later is all you need, and you get a remake already. By that logic, Big Hero 6 remake could have come out this year. Wow, I'm tired, boss. Dunk on it down in the comments with me, but otherwise, I shall see you all in a little bit. Cheerio. And hopefully it'll heat up next time I talk about this damn movie.